Hey guys, what's up? I think last time I did a vlog, my ranking was around 100. I ground all the way up to a rating of 29.45 peak. I've slipped back about 50 points, which leaves me 62nd. Um, and let's try and find a game this morning. Around another 100 points or so to go if I'm going to make it to the top 30. Let's have a look. 30th is currently 29.85, so yeah, it's pretty 95 points. And to be honest, I've come quite a long way, but I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do it or not. I mean, the top 10, 20 players are just beyond me. You know, when I look at the list, ZZ, um, Ryan, Wilcox, Aref, Supernova's pretty amazing. Hack was very solid. Phipps, so constant. All sort of, to be honest, they're too strong. But you never know because this is pretty streaky on here. You can have, here we go, Grillo. I played him quite a few times. We've got a 7-pointer. So it can be really streaky, these runs, even though you've got the PR component, which makes it more skill-based. I think I had a series of like 30 matches or so where my ranking didn't go down. I either won the game or the rating battle or both. And then the last 10 matches, I don't think I've won one or been outplayed. I haven't been playing great, actually, the last 10 games or so. When the Backgammon Galaxy server was down, I was kind of still itching to play some Backgammon. I played about 300 money games against XG over 3-4 days or something. And I hadn't played XG sessions since I started this challenge because all the games have been exclusively playing on Galaxy. I think I managed to clock something like 6,300 experience points over the past 6 months or so. But playing XG, although I had it in coaching mode, so it's a bit easier in money games, easier than matches, my PR was averaging like 3.45. So it's a pretty solid improvement from where I started, where it was close to 4. Knocking half a PR point at this kind of level is really tough. But I'd say I've given it about an hour a day of playing or training for 6 months. So I feel like my game's in much better shape. Whether it will be good enough or not to complete the challenge successfully, I don't know. Anyway, let's focus a little more on this match. Maybe I've missed something as I was blabbering away, but I don't think there have been any decisions so far. First one here. Do we make this pay now play? We're level in the race. This leaves twos. 5-5-6-4 for 14 shots, where we do get a shot back. Question is, what's the alternative? I've got to dump men like this, and then he's going to make a stronger board unless we roll double. I think now's the time when he's got to block in board. Twos are kind of duplicated. Don't love making pay now plays when it's not gin and you can cube out, because there's still so much work to do. It's not like the upside's so great. I mean, now we're still stuck 7. Obviously that was a great roll, but even now it's a pretty even race and he's got a 4-point anchor, so I don't think we've got a cube yet. So we don't want to leave any shots, just a question of distribution. 6s don't play great. Let's go for this. May have been wrong, but probably not a big deal. So I mean, I don't think we do this because we're only 9 up and it gives them 5-6 to escape. I think we can just build the board and shouldn't still contain him, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem to clear. Although the race is close, we're closing in on a cube. So he's still got to escape. And he's going to start wasting checkers, but still 2 pips. I think sort of one more roll away, and this is probably it. I mean, there is this play actually. Up 10, blocks, a few rolls. Do we want him to run off with a 6? That's the question. And often when you're ahead in the race, you just come home, but this is pretty ugly, stacking 6. The other plays this. Not bad either, 10 ahead. I think I like making the board, even though it's a bit anti-thematic, not to just clear points from the back. I think it's going to lead to a strong cube. He's going to have to run or bust or waste. I'm not really sure what he's thinking about here. It's not that big a deal in any of the plays. Now we're just 2 pips up. 1 doubles are great. 6-5 plays. 6-4 is a danger. 6-1's a danger. I think that's it. So I think it's only 2 bad shots. 4 bad numbers rather. I think it's enough to cube. He's got the long crossovers, we're home, he's still got to escape. This board's busted if we leave a shot. Not busted, but got a return to come in on the 5. Trivial take. This looks a bit ugly. I think we clear the point now. So Grillo, 2450, solid player. He's on here a lot. He had 29,000 experience. I must have played him 5 or 10 times or so since the start of this challenge. Don't really have a strategy. I probably should. If I wanted to just focus exclusively on making the 30, I'd probably play really long matches against players rated around my rating or below, maybe above, but not way below in short matches like I do sometimes when I'm bored, which is definitely a PR killer. Wasn't even thinking. I don't think the pick and pass was right here. We're winning the race by enough. It's got these long crossovers and wastage. So even though it's 54 all, we got 3 checkers off in the pips. The race is a lot better than it looks just by looking at the standing count. The double didn't help him. Still odd checkers. Same again. So double threes were better for him. No, so we secure a 2-0 lead to 7. There are periods where I'm going to stay a little bit quieter on this vlog because I don't think I've been playing as well when I vlog as my long-time average, and I think some of that's probably because I'm talking a lot instead of just getting in the zone. So that's the 4, and now I'm thinking about a 3. Obviously, we want to target the board and have the bar and the 4-point and have builders, but 6-2, 6-4. This is just 6-4. Both are 3 builders for the bar, so I think this is better. 2 fewer shots. Right, so we're 20 pips behind. What are we getting shots with? Double 6. Six two. And I think that's it. So there's only 3 direct numbers when he has got points to clear, and I've got some race. But I just don't fancy it. He's 20 pips up. I don't have that much race. I think I'm up in the match. I'll just give him a point here. Could be a take. It's funny because if I was going to bet whether it's a blunder to take or pass one way or the other, I bet that pass could be a blunder, whereas take never could in that position. But you've got some equity from race, points clearing, fly shots, etc. I still went with the pass. So choices here, I can make the 3-point or I can anchor, and then I guess let's go for this. We got a race lead, we don't really just want to give it up slotting the bar. So that's 3, and we got one more. I'd like to come down here, bring builders for the 4, but when he's about to attack, don't really want to have 4 blots around the board when he's so stacked like this, so I think I'm going to go for this play. So this looks good enough to cube. Big race lead, threats to make the 4-point or hit on the outside with 6-3. The 6-3 is chain first, 6-1, 6-2, 6-4. It looks like we just run and hope we missed, and that's pretty much gin. He hits the fly. So it looks like the 4-point. Is there anything else? It's a safety blots. Well, there is this. Some kind of prime and only leaves 2 blots. He attacks with 2s, 3s, 4s. He's got 1s. His 5s and 6s don't play great, but he can use the other number to hit loose. So I think we just do this. It's such a strong position. Even when he goes to work on us, we've got these 2 men primed. If we step up, it's 1s, 3s, and 2s. 6s out. And 1's a dupe. I think we just do this, even though. Don't really want to be attacked on the 3-point. So we want to step up too. And he's got. I would make the 3-point here, but he has. He could have stepped up, switched, and played 6 to 5. It's also good. I think he's pretty far from a recube here. But he's still got to roll these 6s and 1s and 6. Interesting whether he should have hit there or not on the ace. Interesting, he's thinking about it now and not last roll. Okay, he's brought a builder into the 5, but he's lost some pips timing-wise to roll that 6 and 1 and 6. He's primer versus primer. Often the hardest. This is obviously a trivial take when he's got so much work to do. Interesting scenario where I come in and anchor and have some counterplay, counter prime hitting and 6s out. This prime versus primes can be super difficult. When I set that genius quiz for the 12 top players, there were 10 sections of different categories. Primes was the one people scored the worst in. So this isn't great. Obviously, we like to come out, but we're just, well, let's duplicate 6s and 5s. He hits with 4s as well. I think this just gets on the earth and we get gammoned a lot. I think we need to go for the other game plan. Hope he doesn't roll a 6, and then we do and hit. And this is just 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s. He hits, we anchor back. He doesn't roll a 6. It's just too big for me. In worst case here, 2 men back is on the ace is 15% gammons. He doesn't win the match. He's 2 away, 5 away, 73% or whatever it is. I'll still have some wins from here, not many. Not sure whether it was. I think it was right to save a 6. More because I didn't crash with 5s and run off with the 6 because I probably would have wanted to run anyhow. So it looks like we're going to save the gammon. He's stuck 2 away, 5 away. Two. Make the deuce point or make the board. I think the deuce point's so much better. It's not like we're getting a shot here anyway. We can make the board later. I mean, he's basically never cubing in this spot because he goes 1 away, 5 away, Crawford anyway for 85%. So he's only got 15% extra to win, and Gammon's nothing extra because he wins the match anyway. If he cubes the 2, I can just take and ship it back with any kind of game with decent winning chances and be 70% for the match if I win. If I get to 6-5, 1 away, 2 away, Crawford. Should be quite interesting to. I don't think this is cheating, just in general. Just curious what's wrong on the ball or whatever he's thinking. And say we got perfect outside prime and timing, and he's got something like a deuce point game. Just bearing in, I don't know, whatever. Give him the cube. What winning percentages do we have here? So White's got 16%, just with a basic deuce point game. Pretty good reference position. Now if we change it to double match point, shouldn't make any difference. Yeah, like 16%. Obviously this is different, it's not like I was cheating. What's happening, he's double, 6,900. Well, he's stripped with all these points, so I mean it's much worse than that reference position for him that we've shown. In some numbers even double block. Oh sorry, it's me on roll, he didn't roll. What am I doing? Do I want to cube on the come, 5-2? No. Sorry, I thought we were being cubed. Or me. Maybe we will now. Don't think he should. Just play this sort of too good to double take. Score. And he's super stripped. I think we can slot. Don't mind if we get hit back, he's going to have that ugly border blocked if he does leave a shot. It's actually a pretty good roll for him. Now it's getting tougher. Now perhaps we don't have a take because if we've got 16% in a standard 2-point game here, it's a lot better for him. He's cleared the 6 point. 6-5, let's go through the numbers. So double 6, double 5 doesn't play. Double 4 is okay, double 3 is okay. So only double 6 for the doubles, and then 6-5, 6-1, 5-4 plays, 5-3 leaves a shot, 5-2, 5-1. 4-1. So 11 numbers leave a shot directly. I only hit 3. 1 away, 5 away percent, 85. I only need 15%. I'm just going to pass this though. Probably quite close. Okay, so we're on an even number. Gammons don't help us. Obviously, I don't care about getting gammon, so this is effectively a DMP. So I've got to win 3 games now, or 1 game of a gammon. He's played pretty well this match as well, so I don't know what's going to happen with the PR rating if he wins. Hard to evaluate my own play, obviously. I think I played okay, otherwise I wouldn't have made those plays, but it doesn't feel like there's been so many tricky decisions, but I'm sure there's plenty I could have gotten wrong. So we can do this, bury on the 3 and 4 for the closeout, or DMP, just do this to give us play. I think this is better because 3, 6, 4, 5 is a really bad swing for us when he rolls it. If we leave the shots, this is DMP. It's not like we're targeting a cube or a gammon. So what's happened here? Rolled a double or something, 6. Now we're stuck in the race. Let's just have a look how much we're stuck. 11. I can't really see a nice play just coming out without leaving shots, so that means we've got to hit. I think the bar's too big, we just come out. Well, my track record of vlogging isn't very good. I can't remember a match I've won when I've actually been vlogging at the same time. You never know, I might turn this and make it a bit more of an exciting one. It's a weakener for him. Is he going to lose the 6 point not to leave a shot? Or just leave a shot on the 9 point? Probably not. Yeah. Not really sure what he's thinking about here. Maybe he's just going to play to the 4 and 3 to 1. It plays nicely. Why would he hit loose? Give me 11 June numbers straight away. But he couldn't really ask for a better distribution given the position than that. Guess I slot. can't really do this busting the board, or my hits aren't even jammed, so the 6 is there. Do I re-anchor? We'll just leave it like this. I think he's got too many. I think we do. We'll just play for the anchor here. Otherwise, best case, I get one shot. This is it. Exciting game. We're in the vlog. Let's see. No. Is there any point staying? 2-1, double one. Probably not. I'll probably get my best chances just winning this race. You never know. Play for double 6. That ain't it. So let's have a look at the moment of truth. Oh, I still gotta say thanks. So we both played okay. 2.63, 3.75. So at least I didn't lose any rating points. Sorry, it wasn't the most exciting of matches. Let's just have a look through some errors. You know what? Actually, let's do it properly. Let's download the match and run it through XG. No, we don't want to save that. Let's just have a look at our plays. Actually, no, let's look at both world class. It only takes a minute to analyze the errors. So how many games were there? 5. Let's have a look. We can start off with his 5-2 here. Really look at this one. Obviously the 2 is making the 11. And he played the other spare to the 13. It's better to hop out. I blundered here with his 5-4, yeah. Pay now is rarely right when it's not jammed when you hit. And here, okay, so I played 2.56 on the 3-player rolling out world class level or whatever it is. He played 3.55. Doesn't mean that much because the games weren't that tough. But this is really bad here. The takeaway, we're 8 pips down, level race pretty much after we rolled. Just poor risk reward. Let's just see. Yeah, this was a very skinny double, just by 0.008. Just roll before, no double by 0.013. So all these positions where you've got a close race and the outside prime, very, very small margin for error. See, even here it's 0.001 with the even race. Going back to here, you have 0.001. It's a miracle, really. I managed to find the right. Now it's not. Now it's a clear no double when it's just an even race. So a couple of pip lead and these points to clear. All these positions are super close. This was pretty much borderline. It was correct to double. Then I messed up the 3-2. What did I do here? Oh, I broke the 8. I mean, 6-1 is clearly better. It keeps the blocking point. Don't have one stranded point still to clear. I mean, okay, it wastes a tiny bit, but you know, it's so big having these 4 checkers when he's about to leave, possibly in a close race. That was a poor play. Wow, I blundered in the barrel again. I didn't think hard enough about this one. I was chatting and I just took 2 off instantly. That's interesting. So the right play was the pick and pass. So the question in these positions of estimating your race wins without hitting is not always easy to do. So here, let's just look at the initial, yeah? So I'm up 4 pips on roll. Sorry, I've just rolled the 4. So after the roll, I'm up 8 pips, and I'll have 2 checkers off, and all my men on my home board. He's going to be stuck 8 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crossovers just to get in the board. So a total of 20 crossovers to make versus 13 for me. So taking them off, I win 79.4% games. Pick and pass, 83.5. I guess my wastage, my gaps on the 2 and 4, and that huge stack on the 6 means often I'll be having to field checkers lower and then waste with pips later. It's never good to have a big stack like this without men on the 5 and 4. So if we do this play of the pick and pass, I mean, he can fan for ages. If he comes in on the 4, we're happy. Obviously, if he keeps fanning, we're not happy. If he comes in on the 4, it's better for us. If he comes in the deuce, we're not exactly delighted, but maybe it's not the end of the world. But all doubles play well. 6-5 plays. 6-4 would leave a shot if he comes in the deuce. 6-2 leaves a shot wherever. 6-1 is fine. 5-4 leaves a shot. 5-3. 5-2 clears. 5-1's off. 4-3. So actually, it's not really that many, just half a dozen shots or something, even if he does come in on the deuce. It's not as, even though it looks ugly because you're stacked and stripped, if you actually go through the numbers. So that was just like, if I was in a big tournament and I had lots of, I had plenty of time on my clock, I'd go through the numbers there on the vlog, but didn't want to torture you. How did he mess up this 6-1? Okay, it was just a technical ace. The 1's better to shift along. Once he's played the 6 for the race to the 5 point, a little technical play. Oh god, this is really bad. First opening responses, I thought I memorized them all. I managed to make a mistake. After 6-1, you just split, and wow, coming down is just like it's a blunder. It's only match score. But I kind of thought when we're leading the race, let's just copy this. I don't think it's a blunder. It's probably a 0.03 error for money. If we copy it into another, let's just have a look for money. Yeah, it's still 0.065, so 0.087. It's just better to split with a 5-2 after 6-1. I mean, for me to play a 2.5 and be making a blunder on the opening roll, when I thought I'd memorized them all, I just had a complete blank. Anyway, now you know, 5-2 split. It's good to make a blunder in training, just practice. Won't ever do it again in my life, I hope. Yeah, I kind of thought about this spreading play for all the builders, just giving 6-2, 6-3, 6-4, double 6, 7 shots, as opposed to my play, which just left 2. This is 3 builders for the bar, the others 5. So unless you roll a 6, you're going to make it. So I guess the point is, perhaps if I do this, even if he comes out, I've only got 1, 6-5, I've only got 1 direct, 6-2, 6-3. Double shots I miss half the time anyway, basically. So just the risk was worth reward, but it's a pretty small point. Well, not trivial, but they're always really difficult to balance fly shots. But I guess here, just after this play, you're just such a huge favourite to make the bar. Even if you roll a 5 something, you're going to make the 4. So everything plays well after, and you've got an anchor. You're not going to get gammoned. In fact, it's not even gin. If he comes in and hits, you can come in and return shot. So that was a good one. What's the initial here? Let's have a look. 3-2. Just coming to the 3. So this was another question of shots and coverage. I thought making the 0.63 was good, but I guess this brings another builder for him on the ace if he's stuck there. It's a point on him. It's a good 2. Some 2s make the 4 point. 6-4, 6-5, we still have a shot. Obviously 6-3, there's a huge swing against us. It's better with 6-1 and 6-2 as well. I mean, it was just a question of outfield coverage. This play, didn't actually love it at the time, although it makes the point. It really, takes away a man on the midpoint. It's a little sort of niggly technical plays there. The 5-2 opening response was kind of unforgivable. He made a couple of blunders. Is there anything else in this game? No. Nothing interesting. Game 4. Nothing interesting. And game 5 was fine. Do a quick look at the cube actions in Prime versus Prime game. It's kind of interesting. So he had a 5-2 here. Let's have a look at the initial. Yeah. He hit and came into the 6. It's better to double hit. I mean, it looks like you don't really want to be here on the ace, but it just buys you extra time with this play. Gives some good 6s out, 1s to anchor, 3s to cover, and then the inventory's coming round. I found he wrote double 1. Yeah, and he blundered here. So he instantly made the 3-point, and the other player was anchoring, which is huge to come up to the 2 on the edge of the prime. You can switch and then play 6 to 5 like this, and that gives you the 6s immediately out, and all the small numbers to cover. And I've got 2 on the bar. You can see it's pretty clearly better. When you look at it, interesting. This is actually completely borderline, so 0.000. You don't see that very often, whether to redouble or not. It's kind of a bit of an esoteric score, 1, 2 to 7. Probably won't be that much different for money. I mean, obviously the take's super easy at 0.34. You're giving up a third of a point, a bit more if you pass. But this was just enough with 59% wins and 29% gammon wins to reship. You've got 17 pips of timing. That's good sort of borderline reference. When you've got 2 behind a 6 prime, 1 on the edge and 1, you need a 1. So 17 pips of timing is the borderline to redouble. It was a small redouble when he did. And obviously the take super duper easy. And then the rest sort of played itself, I think. Yeah, so that'll be all. So I'll grind away, try and win some matches and get my rating up somewhere close to 3,000, and I'll vlog again if I'm managed to break into the, top 30 or something. Well, I'm 60th now. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon.